Hey, now we got who we need. All right. All right. Next. 139.
Senate Bill 139. This is a pensions bill. This would extend the drop period by 2 years for a maximum of 7 years in state police and LEOPS. This bill passed the Senate last year.
It didn't save us money.
It actually does save money, yes. I did have a request from Senator Bailey to be amended onto the bill.
So anybody else want to be on it? Everybody. Very good. All those in favor? Good. All right. 244.
This is another pension bill. This is a bill that would provide an opportunity for survivors to apply for a line of duty death benefit for a correctional officer. This follow-up legislation last year, there was it's uncovered there was a correctional officer who was actually murdered, targeted by a former inmate.
Outside
the facility. The legislation last year did not deal with the pension benefits. This bill would allow an opportunity for the line of duty death benefits to be provided to the family at issue. It's also, anyone else who would unfortunately meet the criteria would also apply.
Okay.
Senator Bailey also.
Senator Bailey wants to be on that one also. Everybody else? Yes.
All B&T.
Before we move, one of our colleagues, I want to make a comment initially, and then I'll repeat what one of our colleagues brought up. So obviously it's a horrific circumstance, and we're glad to know about it, not the circumstance, but the investigation lasted for so long. And it gives the family the opportunity to apply for a special death benefit. Horrific incident. So we appreciate the committee, the full committee. Senator Liver, you want to say? Could we make this emergency bill?
So the people are waiting. Is that what's going on?
They've never had the opportunity to apply for it. They apply for the basic death benefit.
Yeah, the legislation provides retroactive back to the date of the death.
But they've got to go through a process though to actually get the money.
They have to apply, right?
Yeah. So it's got a June 1 effective date, which is the earliest non-emergency date. So
sure. Everybody good with that? Everybody want to be on it? Everybody want to make an emergency?
Philip, are we good with that, or
we just did?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right, Senator Jennings?
absolutely.
I knew it. All right.
Thank you.
Frostburg.
276. This is another pension bill. It's authorizing legislation that would allow the Frostburg City Police Department to join LEOPS. We do have local letters.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay.
I think there's actually one on the last page if you want to.
Is pensions?
No.
It is.
Skip to this one. Just do it.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yep.
Sure.
Senate Bill 384 should be the last one on your list. This is a local bill. We've got local letters. This would allow Garrett County to increase their auctioneer fees for tax sales from $8 to $10.
Big doings up in Garrett County. That's because of all those interlopers up there. That seems very reasonable. All those in favor? Opposed? Very good. All right. 41.
Okay, Senate Bill 41 is a local bill for Baltimore City. You do have a reprint. I believe it's the standalone page on your desk, not in the notebook. It has come out of the delegation. They voted favorable. What this is for a 3-year retroactive application of a property tax credit for nonprofits. And Baltimore City, what it does is basically the city will tell SDAT that yes, go ahead and grant this. And then the city and the state will need to pay a refund to that person back for 3 years for the retroactive exemption. And then the delegation added a reporting requirement and sunsetted the bill after a period of 3 years and 7 months. Senator McCray did call me last night and was hoping that you all would entertain his request to also make this bill an emergency bill.
And what? Yeah, so, but why was he asking that in particular? He didn't give a reason. I mean, I think I'm good with it, but are everybody good with it being an emergency bill?
Does it matter?
I don't, so I presume what he's interested in is that there are people teed up, ready to use this already,
Right, but
so.
does it matter if we make it emergency? I mean, it doesn't,
No, I just don't like to go, I don't want to go too crazy with these.
yeah,
I think it just raises some flags, and we've got another, we just did another one.
It's not, people are teed up because they overpaid it. So.
That's right, to be able to go. Yes, yep. Any other questions, thoughts? All is in favor as an emergency bill? Opposed? Okay. 333.
Righty, Senate Bill 333. This is also in your notebook and there is a reprint. This deals with the rise zones. As a review, I guess we held this the last time. So as a review, the bill, the time that the zone can exist is increased from 5 to 10 years. It deletes the limitation to 3 zones in a single county. So now it would be unlimited in a single county. It extends the program for an additional 2 years. And it explicitly gives Medco the authority to issue bonds, TIF bonds for in these rise zones. The reprint before you, the chair wanted me to add a potential reporting requirement to go and look at this and come back with recommendations. Given that it is, no one has taken advantage of the tax incentives, there is some movement and there are some zones that exist. So page 3 of the reprint, it has some language I cobbled together for a study and a report.
Thoughts on this bill as amended?
Yeah, who would do the report? When would it come back?
Commerce, and I have right now Commerce in consultation with hired institutions, counties, economic development agencies, and anyone else they choose to that they deem necessary. And I did have the report suggested for December 15th, 2024.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Senator Hedelman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that the addition is a great idea. I mean, I think this is an intriguing program. Having it extended to 10 years, I'm totally comfortable with, but I do wonder why it's not being used more. So I think this is a real good and important addition. Thanks.
Very good. As amended,
right.
What's the there are 3 amendments, I think 3. Yes.
One amendment.
One amendment with lots of things in it. Or are they already on here? These are the things that they've already.
Yeah, I already just, so I described that. The thing that the committee would be adding to the bill as it was introduced is requirement for Commerce to look at the program in consultation with various people and to submit a report with any recommendations that may make it more effective.
Okay. All is in favor? Opposed? Very good. $348.
All right, Senate Bill 348 deals with state funding for this State Library Resource Center, which is done on a dollars per capita figure. This would gradually increase those per capita dollars starting in fiscal 25 from $2.07 per state resident. And ending by fiscal year 2030 to $2.52 per state resident. I do want to note that a couple of years ago, the legislature passed a bill that tied the Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped funding. It's pegged it to the funding for the State Library Resource Center. So this bill would also have a concomitant increase for the blind and physically handicapped. And that split you can see on page 3 of the fiscal note to see the impact between the Library Resource Center and blind and physically. Oh, sorry, it's blind and print disabled. My apologies.
Fantastic.
So, all right, and you'll see as we get to the next bill, I'm gonna change things up again. This is another one of those questions about how far we mandate things and how we push them out. I know this gives folks a lot of security, or a lot more security when we keep them, and this is something I personally care a lot about. So it's easy for me to say, let's leave it the way it is. But if we're going to start taking these kinds of measures, we need to, every time they come up, I want to at least have that discussion. Anyone have any thoughts?
This one is a whole big ton of money. If it was a mandate that was a lot more money, I would say slow down on it. But if it's a smaller amount like that, I don't think the mandate is that big of a deal. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah. Anybody else have thoughts on this? Anyone? No? All right, well, we'll leave it as P then. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right. Time for me to fall on my sword.
There is one I do think.
So Senate Bill 359, you do also have a reprint in your binder for this one. It's easily explained though. So this has to do with the community college tuition and residency waivers that community colleges are required by law to provide. This sets up basically state reimbursement for those lost revenues for it. The amendment before you would turn a mandate for 3 fiscal years into an authorization, may include $10 million, also in perpetuity, and then also would therefore make the reporting requirement in perpetuity.
Okay, everybody understand? Very simple. All those in favor as amended? Opposed? Okay. Yes.
I had a note to myself to try to, if I'm not already a co-sponsor, a sponsor on that.
Sure.
359.
Whoever wants to be a co-sponsor, raise your hand.
Thank you.
You getting these, Kim?
Yeah, I just want to make sure, one more second. Senator Alfred, you are yes. Yes. Got it.
Thank you.
Okey doke. And the next bill is we've got to hold on because we don't have the amendment back yet.
Correct.
So that's it. Oh, not it.
Yeah,
We gotta go back to 244.
late file.
244. What did we do?
I knew there was something, constitutionally, you cannot use emergency for vested benefits. And so I would recommend not doing emergency on 244. That's why we drafted it with a June 1 effective date.
Gotcha. All right, as re-amended, all those in favor? Opposed? Very, very good. Look at that, under half an hour. What? Leave your books. Oh, I don't have a book, so
You have folders.
I have folders.
If you had a book, you'd leave it.
Right.